Hey everyone, have you ever felt like your spiritual search is all kind of stuck in your head? Well, what if you could connect it to your physical steps? Today, we're going to dive into a practice that does exactly that. We're talking about finding a more embodied way to reflect, all through the ancient wisdom of the labyrinth. So, let's just get real for a second. Does prayer sometimes feel a little, well, too intellectual, too abstract? Almost disconnected from the rest of your life? It's a common feeling, for sure. There's this growing hunger, especially among younger folks, for a spiritual practice that engages your whole self, body, mind, and spirit, all at once. Something that's way less passive and a lot more, real and experiential. Well, this is where the labyrinth comes in. It offers such a powerful answer to that feeling. I mean, think about it. It's a physical path that you actually walk. This makes something like contemplation feel tangible, something you can touch and do. And the best part? It's accessible to literally anyone, no matter what you believe. It's this amazing, super inclusive solution for that restless spirit we were just talking about. So that brings us to this core idea, a prayer for restless feet. And believe me, this isn't just about walking some pattern on the ground. No, it's a huge, powerful metaphor for all the twists and turns of our own lives. And this quote? It just nails it. It's the perfect introduction to the life of a man named Brother Charles de Foucauld. His journey was, well, it was a living labyrinth. It was messy, it was indirect, full of crazy changes, but his story really shows us that staying open through all those twists and turns, that's the absolute key to finding a deeper understanding of, well, everything. So let's use his life as our map, as our guide. Brother Charles's story gives us this incredible framework for understanding something really important, how a life that seems full of contradictions can actually somehow lead to profound spiritual clarity. Okay, just take a look at this timeline. It is a journey of total extremes. I mean, he starts with this awful tragedy of losing his parents. Then he lives this reckless playboy life and gets booted from the military, only to have a complete 180, a profound spiritual conversion. Then he swings to the other extreme, joining a super strict monastery, before finally finding his true calling, just living a simple life of presence in the Sahara. It's just wow. A dramatic series of twists and turns is an understatement. So how do we make sense of all that? Well, a really helpful way to understand his spiritual journey is to split his life right after his conversion into two distinct halves. When you do that, you see this absolutely remarkable evolution in how he understood faith and purpose. And this is what's so fascinating. This chart just lays it all out so clearly. For the first 15 years, his focus was totally inward. He was a hermit, right? Trying to leave the entire world behind just to be with God. But then, in the last 15 years of his life, his focus flips completely outward. He wanted to be a universal brother, and he started discovering God by being with people, especially those who are forgotten or on the margins. So this is what he arrived at. This was the destination of that long, winding journey. He landed on this beautiful, profound vision he called universal fraternity. And the core ideas are just so simple and powerful, that all people are brothers and sisters, that presence matters so much more than words, and that simply being with other people, that's the ultimate ministry. Now, Brother Charles's life, it gives us way more than just an inspiring story. It actually provides us with a map. And this is the cool part. It turns out his whole journey aligns perfectly with three sacred qualities that are at the very heart of the labyrinth practice itself. Okay, check this out. We have three qualities: Shraddha, which is attention and awareness; Shravana, which means deep listening; and Sannidhya, or presence. And what's just amazing is how they map perfectly onto Brother Charles's life stages, from his crisis all the way to his mission. And they also map perfectly onto the three stages of a labyrinth walk: the path in, the center, and the path out. His life literally becomes our guide for the walk. It's incredible. So first up, we have Shraddha. This is all about attention. It's about being really honest with yourself. Think of it this way. As you begin to walk into the labyrinth, you pay attention to everything you're carrying with you. All your hopes, your fears, your worries, what's really going on. Then, when you get to the center of the labyrinth, you practice Shravana. And this isn't just hearing with your ears. It's more like a deep, receptive listening. It's about just dwelling in the silence for a bit and allowing whatever's deep inside you to come to the surface. It's about finally hearing what's underneath all the noise of daily life. And finally, as you start walking back out, you embody sanidhya, or presence. This is all about taking what you've learned or felt and integrating it. It's not about going out and trying to fix the world. It's simply about how you show up in it, how you offer your simple, undivided presence to other people. Okay, so we've got this incredible story and this amazing framework. But how do we actually do this? The labyrinth is often called a portable desert, and I love that description. It's this idea of a sacred space you can create and step into no matter where you are. And you know what? The practice itself is so elegantly simple. The path in is all about shraddha, right? Attention. Just noticing what you're carrying. The center is about shravana, listening, just being in that quiet space. And the path out is sanidhya, presence, taking the experience with you as you go back into your life. To make this even more concrete, let's use some props. So, as you walk in on that path in, you can actually echo Brother Charles's own prayer from his rock bottom moment. God, if you exist, let me know. It's just a question of raw, profound honesty. Then, once you reach the center, the question can shift. You can ask, what must I do? But listen, the key here is that you're not listening for some grand 5-year plan. No way. It's about listening for the next right step, just the next small, doable, concrete action. And then, on the path out, the question turns outward again. You can consider, who needs my presence today? See? It's about taking whatever insight you gained and offering it back to the world. Who can you show up for? How can you just offer your simple, undivided presence? All right, this final piece is maybe the most empowering part of this whole thing. You do not need to go find some ancient stone labyrinth in a field somewhere to do this. You can begin right now, wherever you are. I mean, look at how simple this can be. You could use masking tape on your living room floor. You could go outside and draw one with chalk on the sidewalk. You could lay out a long piece of string or rope in a park. Heck, you can just arrange some stones or leaves you found. And if you have absolutely no space, you can just print out a pattern and trace it with your finger. Seriously, the only thing you actually need is your intention. And that really brings us to the end, leaving us with the very same question that the practice itself is designed to help us answer. After the walk, after the reflection, after all of it, it all boils down to this one simple but profound challenge. What is your next right action?